Novak Djokovic is estimated to have a net worth of around $240 million. In addition to winning 24 Grand Slam men's singles championships and amassing more than $150 million in prize money over the course of his career, the genuine athletic great has held the #1 spot in the global rankings for a longer period of time than any other player. As a result, it should not come as a surprise that he spends his money in a fairly expensive manner. In this video, we will walk you through a few of the ways that his cash is used. When you're a sports person, it's usually a good idea to have additional business interests in order to ensure that you will continue to make money even in the event that your sports career runs into some difficulties. Djokovic made an investment of a portion of his millions of dollars in the establishment of Novak Cafe and Restaurant in the Novi Beograd municipality of Belgrade in the year 2008. After that, branches were established in Kragujevac, Dorćol, Novi Sad, and Banja Luka. Every single one of the places is stunning, and they all pay tribute to Djokovic's career via their design and furnishings. Given the incredible amount of money that Novak Djokovic has in his bank account, it may not come as a surprise that he does not reside in a typical residence. In point of fact, he is the owner of a lot of properties that are spread out over the globe and are considered to be very remarkable. It cost him a staggering 10 million euros to purchase a villa in Marbella, Spain, which we will get into in detail later in this video. His beach house in Miami, Florida is valued at 6.2 million euros. Additionally, he purchased 2 premium flats in the same building in Soho, New York for a total price of 9.85 million euros. In addition, he is the owner of real estate in destinations such as Monte Carlo and Greece. The most important real estate that Djokovic purchased was in Belgrade, Serbia, which is where he was born and raised. From that location, he purchased a penthouse apartment with a view of Lake Pavlova for the price of $675,000. An expansive living room, 3 bedrooms, and 3.5 bathrooms are all included in this home. Additionally, there is a patio with a pool inside. According to reports, the tennis professional put a significant amount of time and money into refurbishing the pad. This is analogous to the fact that he had, throughout the course of his career, been using his success to assist in bolstering Serbia as a tourist destination. For example, Djokovic and his family constructed the Novak Tennis Center, which is comprised of 14 courts, 11 of which are clay courts. The construction of this facility was intended to serve as both a tourist attraction and a community meeting place. Other areas of interest that are inspired by Djokovic include Square 9, which is the only luxury 5-star hotel in the city. It is said that Djokovic stayed with his family at Square 9 while his apartment was being renovated. A Moroccan-style property in Marbella, Spain, which cost Djokovic $10 million, is his most recent acquisition and also serves as his new home base. Given that he and his family hold down there for the bulk of the epidemic, the tennis champion has provided some glimpses inside his house via his Instagram pictures. His mansion has 9 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms. Marble flooring, crystal chandeliers, and open doors with arches are all visible when one takes a glimpse inside the house. Additionally, there is a huge home theater, a Turkish bath, a large indoor gym, and of course a wide tennis court. It is not uncommon for Djokovic to practice tennis with his 2 young children on this court. A luxurious boat known as the Manhattan 60 Sunseeker was acquired by Djokovic in 2009 for a sum of $2.5 million. This was done to allow him and his girlfriend at the time, Jelena Ristic, who is now his wife, to take pleasure in cruising around the Mediterranean. The yacht was accompanied by a speedboat at all times, in addition to having 4 cabins, a salon, a kitchen, and a bathroom. The ceiling was accented with leather, but a portion of it was made of plexiglass. This enabled Djokovic and his significant other to take pleasure in an incredible view of the moon and the stars throughout the evening. Since then, he managed to sell the yacht. Due to the fact that Djokovic is a true enthusiast of automobiles, it is only logical that he has made use of his enormous money to acquire a collection of high-end automobiles. Because of the very remarkable nature of his collection, one would be excused for assuming that he was genuinely a prominent figure in the world of racing. The following is a list of some of the automobiles that he owns: an Aston Martin that costs $200,000, a Bentley that costs $230,000, a Peugeot RCZ that is a quick all-electric vehicle, a Mercedes-Benz S500, an Audi R8, and a BMW M55D. He is also a brand ambassador for Peugeot. His fleet also includes a few vehicles that are less flashy and more practical, such as a Tesla Model X and a Fiat 500, both of which he can use to transport his wife and children and other family members around town. As is the case with a great number of other very wealthy athletes, such as fellow tennis players Roger Federer, Serena Williams, Angelique Kerber, and Sloane Stephens, Djokovic is the owner of his very own private plane, which he uses to fulfill all of his individual travel requirements. For example, the aforementioned list of other tennis players all use NetJet's planes, and the company is the private aviation partner for the Laver Cup. The jet is a product of NetJets, which is a brand that is highly linked with the sport of tennis. Thus, NetJets provides outstanding care for Djokovic and their other superstar customers. It has already been established that Djokovic is not unfamiliar with the concept of luxury travel. The fact that he has a boat, a fleet of incredible vehicles, and a private plane speaks volumes about this idea. On the other hand, there is more to it. He sometimes arrives at his locations in a helicopter that has been hired. An example of this would be in 2015 when he arrived at the Boodles pre-Wimbledon warm-up event in Buckinghamshire in a manner reminiscent of James Bond. This brought a touch of glitz and glamour to the occasion. With his racket bag casually slung over his shoulder, Djokovic arrived at Stoke Park in magnificent fashion in advance of his victory against Richard Gasquet. This is not the only time that he has done anything like this. In fact, it's not even the most recent instance. Djokovic is notorious for his refusal to get a vaccination against the COVID-19 virus during the recent pandemic. As a result, he was unable to play in several tennis events throughout the globe, including the Australian Open in Melbourne, which was particularly difficult for him to attend. On the other hand, there is no question that he is making his utmost effort to eliminate the infection once and for all. Djokovic made a purchase of an 80% controlling share in the Danish biotech business QuantBioRes at the beginning of 2022. QuantBioRes is a company that was making efforts to create a coronavirus therapy that does not need vaccination. Although the specific amount of money that he paid on the acquisition is unknown, it is reasonable to assume that it was a significant amount of money. Furthermore, in addition to purchasing the biotech company that was stated before, Djokovic and his wife Jelena made a commitment to purchase €1 million worth of medical equipment for the purpose of aiding Serbia in its battle against the coronavirus epidemic. Those pieces of equipment, which contained vital life-saving technologies like respirators, surely prevented a great number of people from losing their lives. Taking into consideration all that Djokovic has done for the cause, it would be unfair to label him as self-centered for his refusal to receive the COVID-19 vaccination. It's possible that he just wasn't sure that it would be beneficial to his body, which, given his status as a professional athlete, is somewhat reasonable. In the battle against the virus, he has obviously been of assistance to a great number of other individuals. Also, it is important to note that in 2014, Djokovic gave the $750,000 that he earned at the Italian Open to aid with the relief efforts for a disaster that occurred in Serbia. And that wraps things up. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.